Hello, my glorious people from the underworld above. I am your not so graceful host. You can call me the Hermit. You can call me that one guy. Just don't ever call me late for dinner. Now, got kind of a doozy here. I have been guided to talk about this. Probably because nobody else is going to talk about it. And nobody else is going to talk about it because of fear. And, well, I don't know. I can understand why people don't really want to talk about it. Because, I mean, it's borderline treason. To speak ill or anything that the government does not agree with is treason. However, we have freedom of speech. It's a bit contradicting, don't you think? So I'm just gonna go right into it anyway. Because of freedom of speech. This is just my sight on it. You can take it all with a grain of fucking salt. You ain't gotta claim it as true, fact, nothing, because I'm not gonna sit here and look up shit to solidify anything or anything else like that. But the one thing that nobody is really going to talk about is the New World Order. Right? But Tyler, we can't be in a New World Order. There's a war going on. Is there? Is there really? Or was it a war that was just devised by the government in order for you to think that there's a war going on so that you think we're not in a New World Order? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure Trump went over to China and devised whatever fucking whatever. Went to Russia, did the same thing, even went to South Korea and did the same thing. Now, all of these governments, whether you want to see it or not, are all seeing pretty eye to eye. What are they gonna do? Have some empty fucking threat of a nuclear war between America and Russia? I doubt it. And I mean, come on, in Ukraine, you really think that it's going that well for Ukraine? They have absolutely no military. Everybody who is fighting the war in Ukraine are civilians. And you're going to tell me that these civilians are beating the brakes off of a Russian military. Not a militia. Excuse me. They have training to use tanks and weapons and drones, and they even know the tactical whatever. Excuse me. I don't see it as a real war. Real people are dying for no fucking reason other than to keep you believing. No. The only reason why we had a war in Iran, Iraq, wherever, is for oil and control of a place, because the United States thought if they could get their hooks into a country that was close to China, right? I mean, I'm just a conspiracy theorist, and it's only a conspiracy because there is no proof. I can tell you my underwear are blue. That's a conspiracy because you have no proof. We are in a new world order. All of the governments are together, whether you want to see it or not. And the only thing that's really happening is the US is getting fucked. The United States is getting fucked. The powerhouse country is getting fucked. Where's our products? China's buying up farmland. So who actually owns the country? Because, I mean, if I would go and buy 51% of the land in the United States, wouldn't that mean I own a majority of the United States? Wouldn't that mean that the United States would be mine? The government was originally designed by the people, for the people, of the people. So what does that mean? What does that actually mean? Because we're told it, right? We even have it in one of our little oaths or whatever. By the people, for the people. But they never say the of the people part. Because they want you to believe that it's by the people is, excuse me, is just you're voting. That is by the people. For the people, well, what do you think for the people means? However, they always neglect to tell you the part of the people because they actually want you to believe it's of the government. No ordinary Joe Schmo should ever be in a presidency or Congress or how. That's a whole nother goddamn thing. Excuse me. I imagine this is going to happen throughout this video quite a lot. But you got it, looking at all of the governments all around the fucking world, the only one that is so goddamn complex is ours. That's it. Ours is the only one that is so fucking complex. Anybody care to take a hypothesis on why? I even looked up what the definition of a new world order is, right? And AI even says that it is the government secretly forming together as one. Secretly. That's the key word. And you go look up your definition on your own. That's what it says. So, I mean, and of course they're not going to tell you that we're in a new world order. Why would they? They've just spent how long putting you in the position of, no, you need to hate these countries. But yet we're getting so many products from these countries. But you need to hate these countries. You need to hate these countries. That's just like all the other countries. But all the other countries only hate, they don't hate America. They hate Americans. They hate the typical American, the entitled American. That's what they hate. They don't hate America. Go ahead, go over to Germany and ask them. Go over to Iceland and ask them. Go over to Russia and ask them. They don't hate America. They don't hate the country. They hate the people. And if they don't hate the people, they hate the fuck shit the people do here. I don't care who you are. We are the most selfish country there is. we are. Look around. This is all my opinion. Don't take it as fact, I guess. It is my opinion. I don't have any statistics or numbers to give you. It is just what I perceive. But I mean, we are in a new world order, whether you want to admit it or not. I can already see what the plan is. And, Mr. President, you got 3 more years. It will not be the end. I can foresee here soon some kind of major catastrophe to take place in order to try and unite the citizens under one government. Under the government. The government was first established by the people, for the people, of the people, in hopes that we could govern ourselves instead of having a king or queen or prime minister, whatever. But you know what our governing ourselves was? Shooting somebody because they, looked at you the wrong way? Y'all wanted to take up gambling with cards and then got pissed off when you lost and shot the other guy? Or get pissed off that you lost so you come back with a fucking ace up your sleeve and get shot? Since this country was developed, we have been lying, cheating, and stealing for our own personal gains. It's not the country. The country is an idea. It's not the country's fault. It's the people. Because the people take actions. A country cannot. A country is an idea. And do you know what this country is? Do you know what this idea is? Everybody basks about it. Freedom. Freedom to do you. To be you. To govern yourself. That was the idea of America. But I mean, look how America was obtained. Lying, cheating, stealing, killing. Excuse me. So, I mean, what did you really think was going to happen? How did you really think that this country was going to end up? And of course, those who are not in power see what power does. But you can take someone who has no power, who has never had any kind of power, and you can put them in power, and you know what'll happen? Before they were in power, they were against power. You could actually see what this power was doing not only to the people, but the people around them. Then they get into that power. And they don't see it anymore because they have the power. Unless you get the right people in there. But chances are you won't get the right people in there because people are so afraid of change. So afraid of change. So instead of, actually voting in somebody who lives amongst us, of the people, we just continuously vote in people who have been born with a silver spoon in their fucking mouths. But at the same time, anybody that does try to get, they get bought out, or they get silenced, or they just disappear. So, if the government was established to govern the people, who's governing the government? Because they have all the power, they have all the control, they have all the money, and if they don't, they can print more. So, who governs the government? That's what I'm not understanding. Who's telling them, hey, you can't do that? Because it ain't them. Hell no, it ain't them. You kidding me? Hey, Mr. President, you can't do that. I'm the president of the freaking United States. I can do whatever I want. Here's some hush money. And the ones that can't be bought, well, here's a little pew-pew for you. But you know what they couldn't stop? The storming of Area 51. The storming of the White House. Because, and it's clear to see just from those two events that people are sick and tired of the world the way it is. But are you going to change it? No, you're not. The government's not going to fucking change it because they're too goddamn comfortable in their ivory tower. What are we paying taxes for? Why are we paying millions of dollars in taxes per year, from around everybody? Everybody pays taxes, and it goes all to one place. And then what? Because, how are these government officials getting their paychecks? Okay. So that 10 grand, 100 grand that you just gave to somebody who does what exactly? And now they're going to go off and do whatever they want for themselves. Because I'm pretty sure that them tax dollars are supposed to be for the country. But I mean, all these government officials put their own price tag on their own shit. They have all the control. The government has all of the fucking control because people are too scared. The people actually have the fucking control, and I don't care what country you're in. There are a hell of a lot more of us than there are of them. And then, well, I know everybody afraid of the military, right? Well, the military is just people like us. And, excuse me. Chances are, originally, these people get into the government or get into the military for what? To defend their country? To defend their home? To defend their families? Yeah, you notice I didn't say to defend the government. But who is it that's using and abusing them. You want to fight a war? How about this? We'll give the president, or we'll give the president of whatever country some boxing gloves, and the president of whatever other country some boxing fucking gloves, and they can duke it out. Because I'm pretty sure all of you people only hate another fucking race because you were told to. Well, my daddy hated them, so I'm gonna hate them too. Well, our government told me to hate them, so I'm gonna hate them too. That's just in this country alone. Why is it that people hate people from a certain state? I don't understand this. You're in the same goddamn country, but you have to hate each other. And then you cause riots. I thought that we established this country to get out of bullshit. I mean, originally, right? People were hired by the government to go out and explore the ocean, happened to find excuse me, this little piece of slice of land. And what did they do? Oh, right. They established colonies here to get away from taxes. They established colonies over here to get away from a government that wants to control them. I don't care where you go in this fucking world. The governments are the same. They are. And I mean, we've had people in these offices for far too long. What are they doing? I will give credit where credit is due. China's the closest to actually being decent. Oh, excuse me. Unfortunately, China still has a homeless problem. Not entirely sure why. I thought it was a communism where they told you the job that you work. Maybe I'm wrong on what a communism is. You want to say that we're well, what is the opposite of a dictatorship? A democracy? Are we really in a democracy? Because last time I checked, people don't determine federal law. And federal law trumps civil law. We don't determine where these tax dollars go. We just have to pay them. We don't determine which wars we fight. We just get recruited. We don't determine what goods we want imported. We're told we need it. I don't know. If you ask me, They just kids in a goddamn sandbox, pissed off anytime someone else makes a better castle than them. Yeah, what are we doing? Where are we going? What is the end goal, Mr. President? Tell me. Where are we heading on this country? Just work? Make these unnecessary goods? But wait, I thought you wanted to get out in space. So why are we wasting all of our resources? Because our resources are not infinite. And I don't know if they've told you or not, but this planet's getting smaller. So then what? You desperately try to get out into space, and what? What are you going to do? Are you going to go to the moon, see what kind of resources you can exploit and take from there? Are you going to go to Mars, see what kind of resources you can exploit and take from there? There was a theory that Mars was habited. My theory is that we came from Mars. Mars was our original planet. And while we were on Mars, the dinosaurs roamed Earth. We, in our stupid bullshit, destroyed Mars. Almost the same way we're destroying Earth. Decided we needed to get to another fucking planet, so desperately got into spacecrafts and shit. Destroyed the dinosaurs, which, I mean, if you think about it, okay, then they say that it was a huge, unfathomable asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs. One, it wouldn't take that big of an asteroid. Two, where's the crater? Where's the evidence of that asteroid? And you would think an asteroid that big would have not only annihilated the dinosaurs and everything on top of it, but would have fractured the Earth quite extensively. So my theory is it wasn't that big of an asteroid. And not only was it not an asteroid, it was man-made. A quick... And who's to say it was one? How do you know it wasn't four of them? Here. Just to annihilate the surface level of Earth. It's just a theory. Take it with a grain of salt. Excuse me. Sheesh. I guess I'm just a pig tonight. But we are in a new world order. And you know what they have us all focused on? Because let me tell you, why the fuck does it matter so goddamn much whether you have a penis or a vagina? Why does that matter? Now, personally, I mean, I'm not gay or anything, but, yeah, I feel a little more feminine-y, a little more family-oriented, a little more love-focused. Because isn't that what female energy is? I feel like a woman. Why? Because you love? Because you want kids and you want a family dynamic? That's what makes you feel like a woman? Or is it just that you believe you'll get more attention being a woman? It's just like men. And you got these women, oh, I feel like a man. Why? Because you're a protector? Because you're a provider? Why do you have to have a dick? You want, well, I don't know, I'll get fucking backlash for it. I don't care. I'm not here to make you feel comfortable. I'm here to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm here to make you actually fucking think about what the fuck is going on. Well, I'm a lesbian or I'm gay. I mean, okay, sure. But, that derives from lust. You're not actually these things. You're not being attracted to an actual person at that point. You're being attracted to a sexual organ. And again, what does it matter if you're a male or a fucking female? Because really, truly, and honestly, the only thing that determines having a penis or a vagina, the only thing that determines is your place in the reproductive system. That's it. What, you want to say it has a whole place in the world? Have you not been living in this fucking world? We are all human beings, all capable of the same goddamn things. You can have someone with a vagina that can go bodybuilding just as much as a guy with a penis. You can. Yes, our bodies are structured different because our bodies have different purposes. The males have always been the hunters and providers. The females have always been the homemakers and the child givers. And it was literally just because of our body structures. That's it. Nowadays, it does not matter. So why are you going to I don't want to say defile your body, but that's pretty much what you're doing. And then wonder why our lives are going to shit. Wonder why people can't respect us. Well, you didn't fucking respect yourself, did you? You just had to go out and change yourself. So obviously you're not being your authentic self anyway. And you know, it's fucked. Because there was a man who just got fucking shot for saying this shit. No one still fucking listened. Guess what? You didn't get rid of it. Hi, hello. It's a fucking hydra. You cut off one, two more appear. Absolutely fucking unjust, and you think they'll actually go out and get the guy? Probably not. Probably not. And you know what? When Trump got shot in his little ear, oh my God, I'm willing to bet it wasn't the guy with the pistol that did it. I'm willing to bet it was the guy up on the fucking roof with the sniper rifle, because it had to be a precise shot. And I mean, I don't know. The way he was standing, that shot couldn't have came from here. It would have hit him in the ear. It would have fucking hit him in the head, too. Well, he had his head turned. It would have hit him in the ear. It would have grazed his head, too. And that was a pretty precise shot. Just to nick his ear, just a little bit. Just like there will always be shitty people in this world, there will always be people trying to bring in the light, no matter how many of us you fucking kill. But just remember, hell awaits you. It's not my problem. We can do something extremely great, or we can just sit and keep thinking about our own fucking selfish things. We're only doing these fucking jobs because we want materialistic shit, and we don't even question any of these jobs at all. We don't. And someone I was listening to said something that really, really got me kind of stirred, I guess you can say. But they said that the way the world is now and the way that people think now has been deeply ingrained for centuries. So, realistically, all of us that are trying to bring light in, all of us, because it's not just me. You think it's just me? You think you can just off me and everything goes back? No, it don't. But it's gonna take some fucking work, that's for fucking sure. And it's gonna take people actually realizing and wanting change, which I believe you do. I see it. It's just no one has the right fucking guidance because we're still listening to a stupid fucking government who tells us either listen or die. That sounds pretty right? I ain't saying go and storm the fucking White House. It's not what I'm saying. But we can do this in a very diplomatic way. It can be done in a diplomatic way, considering we're supposed to be civil creatures. We're supposed to be. I don't see the civility. Because we still hate each other for no fucking reason. Other than what? The color of our skin? The thoughts that we have? The beliefs that we have? That's why I don't follow any one fucking religion. They all teach you to hate the others. Hate anyone else. And you know what really fucking pisses me off? You want to tell me that you follow God and you are all light and all love, but yet you want to say that Satan is a boob. So there in itself, you are still putting out hate. I've forgiven Lucifer. The fuck you mean? He's gonna do all this whatever bullshit, that's fine. And at the end of the day, I forgive him. Because he knows not what he does either. He was created just like we were. So it kind of makes him a little like us, doesn't it? He was just the original party girl, but now the party girls are idolized. So, I mean, again, if you hate anything, let me rephrase. If you hate anyone, you are not with God. That hate comes from and what does God tell us to do? To love, forgive, and yet you can't even forgive Lucifer. And you gotta degrade, talk down to. That doesn't sound very Christian. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Lucifer's just this great guy. Well, no. There's some fucked up shit. All I said is I forgive him. Like you're supposed to. That's all I'm saying. So don't come on here telling me I'm a devil worshiper or whatever. No, I worship God, and that entails forgiving Satan. And really, Satan is not Lucifer. Satan is the idea of evil. Lucifer is an entity who had free will and made a choice, just like everyone else. Satan, the devil, is the idea of evil. So, the next time you have evil, malicious intent, don't be going and blaming Lucifer. Blame the Satan that's inside of you because you made the choice. And you say you follow God. Great. Cool. But you really think that God's not going to test you on this? God's sitting there saying, okay, you say you follow me, but here's this. Here's the bar. You going to go? You want to go to the bar? Here's this fine little dime here. You want to go hook up? I wasn't born with all the fucking answers. I had to figure it out myself. Human being. Just like all of you. Everybody human being. Got to figure it out. I'm just here so you don't have to learn it the hard way. But Ukraine war is fake. And any war that comes in after that is going to be fake. And I would be willing to bet that any major catastrophe will be man-made. Man-induced. It won't be something extremely serious. It'll make you believe that your life is in danger. However, the government will know that there is no danger. Pay attention to, the signs. I mean, these people have practiced lying their entire fucking lives, so they're pretty damn good at it. However, everybody slips. Everybody slips. So, again, I'm not saying go storm the fucking White House. I'm not saying go and assassinate the president. That's not what I'm saying. Again, this can be handled in a democratic way. This can be handled in a civil way. I'm not gonna say that the government might not come and try and silence me, because I'm telling you to think for your fucking self and not be blind sheep. But I mean, the society can work. It doesn't need to be this competitive. It doesn't. You want to call it the United States, but yet these states are pretty divided. Just look at sports. Sports alone. I don't understand how sports can be such... I don't watch sports. I can't justify watching grown men chasing each other up and down a field for balls. But y'all do fucking riots and shit over this. Destroy cities over fucking losing a goddamn football game. But yet you lose your freedoms and whatever. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on in Chicago right now. Apparently y'all can't fucking stop breaking into places and rummaging through everything. And it's like everybody doing it. And the government of Chicago is just like, yeah, whatever. It's just like in Oregon, the entire fucking state of Oregon, every drug is legal. Someone breaks into your car, it doesn't matter. Why? Here's a theory. Because maybe people are actually, getting sick and tired of the fucking world, right? So now they have to give you something else to focus on, something dark and negative, and tell you that there's nothing you can do about it. While they just deported 200,000, pretty sure just Mexicans, not even fucking Islamics, which a lot of them came over here illegally on a fucking cargo plane. They weren't supposed to be on it. They stormed the airfield and got on it, and they still let the fucking thing take off. And immediately after it landed, like a week later, you get nothing but reports of fucking murders, rapes, thefts. Seems a little devised to me, don't you think? The American people have the fucking power. Not just the power of this country, the power of this entire fucking world. Because this country is a power country. Not because of the government, because of the people. You wouldn't have your military without the people. You wouldn't have your infrastructure without the people. You wouldn't have a goddamn thing without the people. So how about you start taking care of your people? Instead of making them fight with each other so they're not fighting with you, because you already know they should be fighting with you. Government. And you can take your fucking Masons and shove them right up your goddamn ass. Because they're fake. All of your Masons are fake. You know where the real Masons are? You don't. Because they're hiding. You will not find the real Masons. The real ones. Do you know where the Masons originated from? Everybody knows about the Knights Templar, right? Everybody gives the Knights Templar a real bad rap. However, you're not understanding that the Knights Templar was following the church, which was the government, and therefore the Knights Templar is actually kind of like the military of your government today. Right. I'm not giving them a free pass at all because they made the goddamn choices. They didn't have to rape and pillage. They didn't. But they did. They were under orders to kill everybody. Now, a select few of the Knights Templar figured out what the fucking church was doing. They were trying to gather up any and all artifacts tied to religion. Any and all artifacts tied to any kind of religion, and to hoard them, and collect them, and to destroy them, so they could devise their own religion. Now, a few of these knights figured it out. And you know the one thing that the church did not get? The Holy Grail. That is the number one thing they did not get. There's a few others, but these knights took these artifacts to a secluded area. They already knew them themselves have been condemned. It was over for them. They found a village of, I believe, artisan craftsmen. They were potters is what they were. They were just potters. And for every Templar, there was another from this village. And it wasn't an adult. It was a child. They gathered, I believe it was 13 knights. They gathered 13 children and bestowed these children with the sacred honor to guard, protect, and keep safe these relics so that the church could not get them. And those 13 children were called the Masons of the Lord. Which Mason is brick worker, right? Stone worker. That's what a Mason is a stone worker. So that's what they were. They were the stone workers of God. The Masons of the Lord. That's what they actually were. That was the original. And then it got fucked from there. Because just like everything, it gets tainted by evil, satanic fucks who only want power and control. I mean, fuck, I still can't tell you what Trump does for an actual living, how he got all of his fucking money. I mean, I don't really care. Whatever. Again, all these people that are in a place of power, they were given it. Handed down from generation. They didn't earn it. They were born with a silver fucking spoon in their mouths, given the family company. And by that time, the company's already been well established, already have all of your clientele. You ain't got to do much. But, yeah. Just know if I go disappearing, this shit's fact. It ain't just theory and it ain't just my personal bullshit. It's fact then. But, nope. We rely on the government so goddamn fucking much, and it's fucking ridiculous, and there's no reason for it. Why? Why are we so reliant on the government? Can you tell me that? What, peace and order? Are they really giving us peace and order? Are they? Because it seems like a mass majority of the problems that we have are because of the government. This shuts down, that shuts down, this don't get paid. Got this war we gotta go to. Sorry, Jen, your husband's dead now, but here's a flag for you. And for what? Again, give them some boxing fucking gloves, let them go fucking deal with it. Let them deal with their own fucking squabble. Because it ain't us. Why are we even fighting these wars? The only reason why people went into Iraq at all was because of fucking the Twin Towers. Which, do your fucking research on that. And then it still gets overlooked. It is clearly, they even have a declassified federal fucking file that describes a tactic to gain control and to start a war by doing something like that. By destroying a national monument and blaming the other country for it. This is an actual document. This was an actual plan devised by the federal government. Look it up. If they don't bury it. I mean, it's weird. Everybody knows that the government don't give a fuck, but yet nobody wants to do anything. Right. Because they have you locked in with money. They do. They have you locked in with money. And the prices just keep going up. Why? To make you work more. So you ain't got time to watch shit like this. You ain't got time to think by your fucking self. You're too focused on paying your bills and if you should wear a dress today. And all this is just more division. And more division. And then, what? We're all focused on the wrong goddamn shit. And it's just because, what, you want attention? Ew. For what? How much attention is enough attention? Don't you have friends? Why don't you go out with your friends? Go do some bowling or something. Fuck. It seems like y'all don't want to fucking hang out with anybody unless you want to fuck them. Like, if sex is so goddamn important to people, then how about we just start giving out sex dolls to everybody? They ain't got to worry about it. But it still wouldn't be good enough. Because even having one partner isn't good enough for people. They get one, now they got to move on to the next one. It's lust. Just like you being fucking lesbian or gay, it is lust. I'm not shunning you, I'm not shaming you, it's a fact. It is based off of lust. Sex. That's it. And yes, for every man there is a woman, for every woman there is a man. And now you have a man that just turned gay, well now you have a woman who just went lesbian. You have a woman that just went lesbian, well now you have a man that just went gay. You understand? Whether you want to see it or not. That is what it is. And being that, you will not find your true partner. You will settle for something. And chances are not be happy. If you're happy, that's cool. Awesome. Great. But I mean, don't sit here and say you're happy just to prove a point when you're really not. You can lie to me all you want to. Just don't lie to yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do in this life is lie to your fucking self. Don't do it. But, alright. I'm gonna get out of here. It's been a fucking hour. These videos are getting longer and longer. I will let you go. I won't take up any more of your time. Until next time. I'm the Hermit. These are Lessons of the Hermit. We might be changing this. I don't know. Gotta listen. You gotta think. Use your own damn brain. Quit depending on what other people tell you. Connect the fucking dots, and if people want to tell you that you're crazy after you connect the fucking dots, just know, excuse me, you probably connected the dots the right fucking way then. They just don't want you to believe it. So, let you go. Till next time, I'm the Hermit. Let me know how you're doing down there in that place that we can converse. Just comment about it. And I will see you later. Right. I love you.